What is up, cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of the pre-review crew. This time for April and May of 2026. Normally I would introduce my cast of characters for the day, but today we only have one, and that is Brennan.
Hello, you're stuck with me.
This is going to be a long episode.
It already is.
Oh my god. Okay, let's kick it back over to April. Well, yeah, technically April. I forgot to change the months on this sheet. We're going to kick it off with Pragmata. It's a sci-fi action-adventure single-player game published and developed by Capcom. Came out on the Switch, PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on April 17th. It's sitting at a 87 top critic average with 95% of critics recommending. I I think this was your pick, wasn't it?
Um, yes, I believe. Yes, it absolutely was because I did not pick Saros, and I
Okay.
did not pick yes, and then I didn't pick Yves Wise. I forget.
Oh, at least you're butchering it and it's not me.
It's like I we talked about this last time, and I
Yes.
what Ease. I think it's just Ease.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, yes, this is my pick. I am glad this did well. I'm trying to think. There was another game that Capcom released somewhat recently, and I was trying to Google it before, and I can't now. But anyway, I don't know when this came out. A lot of people were saying like Capcom's back, baby. Was it the Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil?
Resident Evil Requiem came out in February, yeah.
That's Capcom, right? Am I
Mhm.
losing my mind?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was probably that then, because everyone kept saying like this plays similarly to Resident Evil. Like obviously, and I think that they mostly mean like third person over the shoulder shooter. But I don't know. Everyone's been saying like it's just really good. Diana's like a really cute character. It falls in that same vein of like you know, big space dude takes care of tiny little child, and it's like that seems to be um this seems to be a winning formula. Okay, not just in video games. I mean, just in general. Like, well, actually, you know what? It has been really prominent in video games, right? We're thinking of like Joel and Ellie, like big, not even big, and
Yeah,
it's
and
not even really new. Like The Walking Dead, the Telltale Walking Dead game, Lee and Clementine, like that was a thing. It's very much
BioShock with the little sisters.
yes, Bioshock Two specifically. When you play as the Big Daddy, yeah. Um, uh, fucking other games. God of War, kind of. I mean, it's not quite the same, but it's like you have big brooding guy and then the little kid. The Mandalorian and Grogu, like that. That's very. There just seems to be a winning formula here, and I think that they tapped into it very well. Yeah, I don't know, and I think it's interesting in how it plays. I think a lot of people. I was a bit concerned when when I was watching gameplay of the whole like hacking mini game that goes on while you're doing the active shooting and stuff. But a lot of people like it, and it seems to be more intuitive than it kind of like. It's not that it doesn't look intuitive when you're playing, but I guess I was worried that like it would be too much to focus on like two different things at once. But it doesn't seem to be like the case that there at all. It seems to be actually pretty fun and straightforward. And people like it, so like that's great. Um, yeah, and I think people are saying that it plays really straightforward, relatively straightforward. Like it's just like levels and hallways. There's no silly open world. Ham fisted in there. There's no like 3 hour cutscenes. It's just gameplay. And it's just good the whole way through. So I think that's like reflected in the scores, especially the 96% of critics recommending. That's crazy.
I think I think Pragmata is what I thought Saros would be, and Saros is what I thought Pragmata would be. And when we talk about Saros, I'll talk about that later. But Pragmata I thought was going to be a lot more difficult in combat than I thought it was with the way that it looked, especially with the hacking mechanism, because I agree. I thought that's going to be too much to focus on at once while you're trying to shoot and then hack at the same time. Like, how am I supposed to do these two things at once while actively fighting enemies? And after watching some gameplay, I was like, oh, like this isn't as bad as I made it out to be. This is a lot more straightforward and a lot more like it's not as difficult of a game that I thought it was going to be. So like I really want to pick this up when it goes on sale. Like Diana's so cute. You can give her like little toys and things and she sits there and plays with them and she gives you little drawings and she asks questions and she's extremely just like bubbly, and when you think about how bleak the story is, and how emotional it is because you're going up onto this planet to figure out like what is going on and there's no one there, and the only thing that you meet is Diana, and she doesn't even have a name until you give her a name. And you bond with her so quickly because that's the only other like living being that's around that's not trying to actively fucking kill you. So I think that is she's so cute and she's such a great asset to the game as well. Um, I will say that I have heard a lot about perverts with this game, and that like kind of pissed me off because I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like, why? Like, why you gotta be like that? Um, so
Yeah.
that like that's just a community thing. That doesn't have anything to do with the game. Um, but I really want to play this.
Yeah, I do too. Honestly, it just seems like a lot of fun. Um, yeah, very sad to hear about the whole everything. Yeah. Uh, just not great.
I will say this sort of because of course I watch Brad for all of my gameplay. Um, this sort of reminded me of Remember Me a little bit. I think it's just because it's like sci-fi futuristic. I don't remember if there was any hacking in that game. And I think Capcom might have put out both of those games. I don't exactly remember. Um, but when I started watching this, I was like, "Oh shit, like that kind of reminds me of Remember Me." And that's a game from like 2012, 2013. But yeah, this is really cool.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I had to look it up. I had an idea, but now I see the box art and I'm like, yep, I remember this.
Yeah, that was published by Capcom. That was a game that I really wanted to play, and I never got to play it. Um, but yeah, that it sort of reminded me of that, and I thought that was really cool.
Huh? I haven't thought about that in a while. Oh yeah.
I'm like trying to. I'm like, oh shit, like that was made by Don't Nod. What has Don't Nod made? And it's just like, oh, not really much. Um, their like Remember Me was their first game, and then they did Life is Strange, and I would say that the Life is Strange series is probably their biggest that they have. What they
Yeah,
are known
probably.
for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, yeah, I hope this gets like nominated for some sort of award. Like I don't even care what award it is. I just want it to win something.
Yeah, me too. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like I don't want to say like voice acting or something, but maybe like level design, art direction. I don't know, something.
Yep. It would just be nice to see. Anyway, um, now that now that I want to be in space and fighting robots, we're going to talk about Yeast. Yves? Yes, Yeast. Oh my god. I hope I've made Mike proud. Yeast Memoir Revelations in Salsetta. It's an action adventure third person game. It's developed by Marvelous and Xseed and published by Nintendo. Came out on the Switch and Switch 2 on April 28th. It has a 78 top critic average with 57% of critics recommending. Technically 58. Um I don't know how Mike feels, but I will say that I'm a bit surprised at these scores. This game line goes back very, very, very far. Um, so I assume that they would do it justice, but it seems like a lot of people are like, it's good, but it's not great.
Yeah, I mean, this is I wonder if it's just like, I mean, the 58% of critics recommending is not great. The 78 is like, I think that's like on par, you know, especially because I think that like not everyone, I mean, a lot of these sites like are, you know, I think that they are kind of like all encompassing, right? But like, I feel like the people that like the series probably like enjoyed this one's. The people that just like don't really know much about it, like for example, if I were to pick this up not having played any of the prior games, I'm thinking that maybe I would fall more in line with the people that rated it on the bit lower side. um that's just my guess. Yeah, it's like the again the people that like enjoyed the series typically were like, it seems like they just gave them like, you know, eights, sevens, you know.
One of the reviews from RPG fan Audra Bowling, um, they stated that it's not the most extensive remaster, but the original was such a solid ARPG experience that it still stands strong despite its more dated graphics. So turning players may or may not be convinced to replay the game, but the game is certainly worth newcomers trying on if they haven't experienced it yet. It seems like a lot of people say that it's a solid place for newcomers to come in, but if you've played the originals, like you may or may not like it because in a way it's still sort of dated.
You know, I'm wondering, one of the one of the reviews says, where is it? I lost it. I lost it. Where is it? I don't remember. Okay, well, they said it. Someone at one point in one of these reviews said that the PC version is like $5 cheaper, so it's like harder to recommend this version specifically. So was this? Hold on, I have to look at this sheet. Oh, this was specifically for the Nintendo Switch. So like, I wonder if that plays a factor into it too. It's like some people might have just been like, "Ah, it's good," but it's like, why am I getting it on the Switch? You know?
I now am going to do the due diligence of being a reporter at her computer and looking at
Oh, right.
prices.
Okay, found it. A little command Control F help me. Um, Even Dan Reb Victorio from Smashpad finishes off the review saying, "Still, $60 is a little steep for this game when you can get the same experience for at least half the price on PS4 or PC." He gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And then I do not want to butcher this name, but Nick from Monster Vine gave it a 3 out of 5. And finish this off the small review with it's just difficult to recommend the game considering the PC version is $5 cheaper and doesn't have a worse soundtrack. Um, this really, so like this is just like a port of a remaster, right? So it's like part of me is understanding the scores a little bit more now. I wonder if the original remaster for PC like it's just scored generally a bit higher because people again enjoyed the remaster and were like fans of the series. I don't know. Sometimes I guess when stuff gets ported to the Switch, it like doesn't really, and because it has to run on both the Switch 1 and 2, I think it kind of like defaults to performing like baseline as it would on the Switch 1 because it kind of has to.
Wait,
Um,
I'm now confused because where are you seeing that? Who said the price is different? Because it's only on Switch and Switch 2, and I can't, like, they don't have it on PC.
it's Smash Pad and Monster Vine. It's on the first page of the reviews towards the bottom.
This place.
I wonder if it probably just has a different name. Maybe I don't know. Mike would know. You know what? Mike would definitely know.
Oh, you know what? They're talking about the first game.
Oh, like not the remaster.
Yeah.
Ah,
But also, this
okay.
game isn't. This game isn't $60. So I don't know if there's um like a currency exchange difference or something. Um the digital download on at least for the Nintendo Switch, it doesn't say Switch 2. Right now is on sale for 25.49. Normally it's $30.
Oh, wow. So yeah, it's definitely not $60. I'm gonna assume that it is a price difference thing. It could be like Canadian.
I'm going to check. Now that is the digital one. I don't know if the physical one is. Yeah, they're talking about the physical one. The physical one is $60. That is the day one edition.
Ah,
Um, so that edition gets you all the physical stuff. So you get the game, you get a cloth poster, you get 5 art prints, you get a 2 CD soundtrack, and it looks like 3 acrylic keychains and like some sort of diorama set.
okay. So that totally sounds like something that's made for the fans and not just like general audience. So I feel like the people that are paying $60 for that, like I as a fan, I as someone who has never touched any of these games before would never spend $60 on a physical version to get like acrylic keychains and whatever. You know what I mean? So like I don't really know if that's I don't know if I would include that in a review personally, right? Because that's like you would never when you're talking about a review for a game, you would never really talk about like the deluxe edition, like the collector's edition, right? Like that's kind of superfluous and additional to the game itself, and it really has nothing to do with the price. But that's just me. That's just me. Whatever.
I mean I have to agree because it's like when and I mean you work in an industry where like you need to fact check yourself. And we both wrote for Game Luster, and it's like you can't really say those things because then you have people thinking, "Oh shit, this game is more expensive than I thought it was. I'm gonna go play it a different way instead of playing it updated loosely, and potentially cheaper if you get the digital version." I'm trying to find a price for the PS4 version of the older game, but I can't find it. But it's just like get your shit right. Like, say for those diehard fans, okay, if you want physical stuff, here's $60, but if you buy just straight digital, the game's only 30. That's a big price difference.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you're not paying $60 just for a game. You're paying $30 for the video game and $30 for all the physical shit. That's huge.
Yeah, and not for nothing. Not just because it's a slow news day, but I did check the review, and nowhere in this review mentions that it's $60 for a physical version. Um, so I don't whoopsie.
I think those are details, and they're not even small details. In my opinion, they're large details that just shouldn't be omitted when you're writing stuff like this. And like,
Yeah,
yeah, you might be a small site, but people probably still read your shit. So you should probably get it straight.
it just shouldn't like factor into the if it did factor into the scoring, right? Like I'm gonna have to assume that it did because that's how he ends the review, right? It's like you could just be getting better shit on a different console. It's like you're not wrong, but like I think we also have to explain what the difference is between the PC version and the PS4 version versus this. I mean, he does go into a bit of like the 60 frames per second mode on Switch 2 or whatever, but blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but technically, again, the game's not actually $60, it's $30. So
Right.
in my head, I put more weight on a $60 game than I would a $30 game.
Yes, agreed.
So, like, this man is sitting here acting like it's not worth your money, just go buy the old dated version. You don't gotta buy the old dated version, just buy this one. Unless, like, the old dated version's like $5.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look up. Didn't see what it's probably on Steam.
Oh, shit, yeah, actually, I have that open. Oh, well, fuck that shit, never mind. It is $24.99, so we'll just say $25.
Okay, that lines up with the other review saying. Um, what was it? The other one. Oh my god! Why can't I find it again? I'm gonna fucking freak out, dude.
I think at that point, when the difference is not including tax, because, um, when the difference is $5, I feel like it comes down to which platform do you want to play it on? Because this version, Yee's Memoirs in Salsetta, only came out in 2018. So, like, we're hitting 10 years old, but it doesn't look like it's that bad. So at this point, it's like, are the updates that they've done to the game for the Switch, are they worth the extra $5? Or would you just rather replay it on PC?
See, and that's what Nick from Monster Vine. That's his argument. Is he finds it difficult to recommend the game because the PC version is just $5 cheaper, and it's like, and says quote doesn't have a worse soundtrack. So and again, Nick probably goes into that into their review, but um, and the worst soundtrack comment. I mean, but yeah, if it's the same thing, again, I feel like if you want to get it on your, this is like a if you want to get this game on your Switch, I don't. It's probably fine. It's probably fine, right? Like it's probably good.
Yeah, I feel like it just comes down to preference. Like, do you prefer playing on your PC? If so, get the 2018 version. If you're more so, say you have a Nintendo Switch 2 and you really want to play this, then get the Switch version. if $5 doesn't mean much to you. If $5 is a lot to you, stick to the digital version, get it on PC. Or just stick to the digital version at all. Look at us doing our due diligence to really call people out on their shit.
Dude, that's why, again, I did that at work today, and I feel great.
Oh, Brendan's out here. He's gonna put everybody in their place tonight. The last game that we're gonna talk about for April, and my probably, at least so far, game of the year pick, is Saros. I don't know if it's Saros or Saros, but I'm gonna say it's Saros. It's an action adventure game developed by House Marquee and published by Sony Interactive. It came out on PS5 April 30th. It's sitting at an 88 top critic average with 94% of critics recommending. Holy shit. Okay, so back what I said. Pragmata is what I thought Saros was going to be. I thought Pragmata was going to be this like bullet hell shooter. I thought it was going to be rough. I thought it was going to be hard. And then I thought Saros, after everything that happened with Returnal and House Marquee, I thought it was going to be more like just just a shooter. Just a straight up, you're running around, you're shooting shit. That's about it. And it's going to be relatively easy. Like, okay, like House Marquee, we're not going to do that. Hey, you die, you have to start all over again. We're not going to do that. No. Absolute opposite. Saros is that bitch. Returnal walked so Saros could fly. Saros is absolutely fucking insane. I thought I could play this game. I can't. I cannot. I'm watching Brad play it. Holy shit. The bosses, insane. The like creative design that they've made for these characters is so like it's so fucking cool. And I think the coolest thing, so the plot, I don't know too much about the plot because it seems like House Marquee really likes to sort of pull like a like a Dark Souls. Whoever makes those games, they sort of put the lore in the logs and stuff like that. They've sort of did that, and like when you die, you get like different visions and things like that. And when you pop back up in the central hub, people are talking about different things. And yes, you go out to find things. But it's like you're on this. My interpretation so far is you're on this alien planet for this company, and this planet has this technology that the company really, 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 really wants. So they keep sending people out to this planet to figure out what the fuck is going on. And you come to realize that the solar eclipse that has happened has knocked out time. So you're out there, you're trying to find the people who came before you, and you're like, oh, it's only been days, they still have to be alive, they still have to be alive. It's been centuries. That was kind of a spoiler. Sorry. It's been centuries from between when they were there and when you were there. And it's just like, what the fuck? Another weird thing, the suit talks to you, but it's not like an asset. It's made out of the technology and like the metal and stuff that is on this planet, and you're like trying to like use the suit, and you're like, hey, can like you spot any life forms? And it's like, no life forms detected. But then it's like, the shepherd will lead the way, will open the doors, the sun will rise. Like, it's just like, it's weird. And your character doesn't really say much about it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's so fucking weird. But it's very different from Returnal. And I would say that this game is definitely better than Returnal.
Like how is it different from Returnal?
Starting off with just in general, the story is completely different. I would say that this has a much more interesting story. Returnal was a very interesting story, but there wasn't a lot of like depth or lore to it, in my opinion. And I feel like in this game, there definitely is. Whereas like Returnal was more about the main character's life and sort of coming to terms with what had happened because I think she like killed somebody or something. Um that was like a very narrow plot line where this is like very very large. There's multiple people, there's more depth to it. You don't know what's going on. There's video logs that you pick up of people like going crazy or like telling you important things. Like, there's just so much more to this one than there was for Returnal.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, Only because I really liked Returnal, and I never finished it, and part of me is like, I think I'm always gonna regret that. But it was hard as shit. And jumping into it now, I'd probably want to tear my eyeballs out. Um, but I think I would want to give Saros a shot eventually, some point down the line, just because I really liked Returnal, and I really appreciate House Marquis' dedication to like getting the formula down. You know, I like the one line you said before, Returnal walked so that Saros can like fly. Love that. Great. That's kind of what you want out of um out of a developer, right? Like really finding like their, I don't want to say niche, but like finding the thing that they're good at and just honing it and refining it. And I think that that's shown here, especially because Returnal was relatively well received, and it feels like Saros is just improved in every way possible. This is like this is essentially what you would want a sequel to be, right? Even
Yeah.
though it's not a direct sequel, it's still a spiritual sequel, and I feel like that's just great. Like right off the bat, you could tell that House Marquis is just talented for being able to do that. You know.
And like I'm looking at like the old photos captured of Returnal on PC. Like the graphics have come like such a long way, and I remember when Returnal came out and it was just like holy shit, like that's pretty. This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And they use like the same mechanics, like there's still sort of like a grapple mechanic. Still the same bullet hell, lasers, things like that. I would say that the gameplay has definitely stayed the same. It's still hard as shit. You do get a skill. I don't know if you had a skill tree in Returnal or not, but
I don't think so.
you have sort of like a skill tree in this one. And it's not, it's enough to make a little bit of a difference, but it's not going to make you all out balls to the wall. You're never gonna like take damage. You're gonna one shot everything. Um, and then throughout your runs, you can collect different weapons. I don't know if that was the thing in Returnal. You can
Mm,
collect different
yeah.
weapons. You can collect like minor upgrades for your run. So like more adrenaline, longer shield, things like that. And and just like little tiny other upgrades, like oh, like your adrenaline boost stays for as long as you don't get hit, or you can get like a revive. So if you die, you'll come back to life. You only get like this much health. And I really like that. It's really cool, and like I said, I really like the monsters in this one a lot more than I did Returnal. They're a lot more intricate, and I think it's just because of like the setting. Whereas like Returnal was dark and sort of like dreary and more so gave me like sort of like an underwater cave system vibe. Um, this is more sun based, so these like creatures are just like multiple hands. The last one I was like watching looked kind of like a giant octopus, but it had like faces all over it. Balls to the wall.
It's kind of cool.
It's very it's very neat, and I'm like super excited that um what is his name? Shit, I forget his name. Raul
Oh,
Colton.
I always
Uh
forget his name too. I know who
yeah.
you're talking about, but yeah.
I'm so happy that he's in this because he embodies this character to a T. And like I'm in it. I'm like holy shit, I have to figure out what is going on. Um because like why are they here? And like he makes it interesting, and his character along the way like makes like little clips, and he cares. Like you can see that in his performance. That his character really really cares, and he wants to figure out what's going on because he doesn't know and the people around him don't know, and you're just like what the fuck is going on this planet? It's just wild.
Yeah, it felt like I it felt like what's his the woman that played the main character in Returnal was also really good too. But I imagine that I can't remember his name. It's like it starts with like an R. Like
uh
Ravi something. He was on like that one like comedy YouTube group or like gaming group. I forget
Wait,
his name.
are you talking about Saros or Returnal?
I'm talking about Saros.
That's Raul. I said that.
Raul, right? Sorry, I was blank for a second. Yeah, he so like yeah, I mean, I can just kind of see them picking up good talent. And obviously, the man's great. You know, he was in what is it, Haunting of Hill House? I watched
Mm-hmm.
that. That was good.
I think he's been in every single one of those. Or like almost every single one.
Oh, I've only ever seen the one, so like I don't listen to me for information.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, so he was in Haunting of Bly Manor, which is the second one. Hill House was the first one. So he was in Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, the Midnight Club, Follow the House of Usher.
Okay, okay, okay.
You gotta catch up, bud.
I'm sorry. Uh I only watched the one on Bly Manor, and it was like 6 years ago. So whoops.
He's also in iZombie. He was an additional voice in Iron Lung. He's also going to be in the next Exorcist and the upcoming Carrie TV show. Oh, and he also voices the Warlock in Diablo 2 Resurrected Reign of the Warlock.
Oh, that's kind of baller.
hmm He was also in Stray Gods, the role playing musical. We talked about that 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
We've been doing this for 3 years.
Honey, we've been doing this since 2018,
Jesus,
2017.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, we're gonna have our 10-year anniversary.
Oh my, I'm gonna throw up.
Please don't. Anyway, um, if I can find pictures of some of the Saros uh, enemies, I will toss them in here. Um, but yeah, yeah. Oh, and then he has a shield, which I don't know if you have in Returnal or not. And when you deploy that, it can absorb the energy um, of incoming projectiles and then redistribute them to hostile enemies.
I don't remember. Maybe. maybe you had a shield. I can't. I think you did. I don't quite remember.
It's just, listen, I don't know what House Marquee is putting in the water. I truly don't. But whatever it is, let them cook. Let them cook for here on out. And just let them go. Let them do their thing. Because they are putting out some fucking baller ass games. Like, what in the Sam How? Like, Sony is really pumping them with money and going, hey, yo, want to make cool games? Okay, go ahead, do it. Like, what the fuck do you come up with after this? I didn't know what they were going to come up with after Eternal. Now Sorrows, how do you follow that up? You release a really good game that's really hard, and you get a lot of critics saying, shit, this is really hard. And then your next game, you take that same, like, sort of, I don't want to say plot, but like, you take that same thing, you want to make a really hard game, but this time you want to make it a little bit more easier so people aren't like, well, I just keep dying all the time, but you still keep it fucking hard. This is the Dark Souls of bullet hells.
Oh my god, you said the thing. All right, we're moving on. You said the my fucking sleeper agent phrase. Oh my god.
Dark Souls?
Yeah, Dark Soul. This game is the Dark Souls of blank genre. Okay, like we haven't heard that of 16 quadrillion times. You know what I think House Marquee should make next? A farming sim. I think they should go in the complete bonkers different direction, and they should just fucking make just they should make a farming sim with no combat. Fuck the combat. Like there's no nothing, no swords, nothing. Shit, they'd probably ball the hell out there too. Oh my god. Fucking Raul would be one of the characters that you can romance too. That'd
Oh,
be
fuck yeah, he fucking better be.
see, that's what I mean. It's like, oh my god, that's where you go. Once you kill it in one direction, you have to 180 and just completely just balls to the walls go and do something else, and then prove that you can do everything in between, and then you go conquer the planet and you nuke Alaska for its to release gas into the atmosphere to make the Earth a bit warmer, and then you
And then you start global warming, but you save the planet so everybody believes that you're actually the good guy when
exactly yes yes
you're the bad guy.
yes you create this proprietary whatever something that like cools the planet down and threaten to offer the cure, and then you automatically become the de facto world leader, and then they take over the planet, and then we're all House Marquee slaves in the mines, chipping away, and so that they can, eat cake and watch us joust for fun. I don't know where I was going with any of that.
Jousting sounds cool.
It's not with lasers, not with laser swords. You're dead immediately. Not with laser swords, and you're strapped on top of a car. Okay, that's not. It's like Mad Max, except you're sitting on top of the car and you've got a lightsaber, but it's like a light spear. It's
I
like not a
like
light.
it.
Yeah, you should hire me for your next birthday party.
I'm leaving that awkward silence in there.
Yeah, don't actually hire me for a birthday party. I won't come. I won't show up.
It's either that or he's gonna scare all the kids and get the cops called.
We said nothing. I said birthday party. I did not say children's birthday party. Okay, it's
Oh
18
yeah,
plus.
you're right.
Yeah, I don't go to children's birthday parties. That's weird. Okay.
I so when I say the Dark Souls of blah blah blah, I for the genre that Dark Souls is in, um, I would say that is the peak its genre. So, like, I think Sorrows, and mind you, I don't have a lot of knowledge of bullet hells. Um, I'm more of a hack and slash girly. So, I don't really know of any other bullet hells that are out there, but I don't know any that are like this. And that's why I think this is peak in its category, because the graphics are great, the lore is there, the voice acting's there, the art direction with all the creepy crawlies is there. Like everything keeps you on edge. And this game keeps you on your toes, and you don't know what you're going to get into. You don't know how hard these bosses are going to be. You don't know how many different like phases that they're going to have. Like for example, the octopus boss that I was seeing, when Brad first walked into that room and he was fighting it, bitch wasn't taking any damage. That octopus not taking any damage. Brad was like, "What the fuck? What is going on right now? Why am I not dealing any damage to this thing?" And then like you figure out and you're like, "Oh shit. Okay. Like now I have to do this." And it's just like it doesn't give you any hints. It doesn't hold your hand. It's not, "Hey, you have to go over here." It's like, "Nah, bitch. You're in it to win it. Figure it the fuck out. We'll see you when you get to the end." And I'm just like, that is neat. Frustrating, that I can completely understand. But if you're into those games that just don't hold back and it's just like, here you go, have fun, figure it the fuck out, this is a game for you. Especially if Dark Souls isn't your thing and you would prefer something like this. It does get a bit confusing watching everything because there's a lot going on the damn screen. Um, but yeah, it's really cool.
Wow, that was amazing.
Don't lie to me.
Thank you for that. My life has changed for the better.
You should play it.
I think I will eventually. Like eventually, just like doing my taxes. I'll do it eventually.
And whenever you fall in love with Raoul, I'll be sure to get you a body pillow for Christmas.
You should just get me one of those anyway.
You got it, bestie. I know you're lonely.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so lonely. Oh my god, I'm so lonely.
Okay, before this
You
talks
have
into
no
a
idea.
therapy session for
Oh
Brennan,
my god. I
we're gonna
hold my
move
own
over.
hand
Nope,
every night just to pretend I exist.
we're moving over to
Oh
May.
my.
We're talking about Dead as Disco, which I'm honestly really surprised Brennan picked this one. It's a
Yeah,
rhythm fighting beat 'em up. It's developed and published by Brainjar Inc. Games Inc. I can't talk now. Coming out on PC May 5th into early access.
I know absolutely zero about this game outside of all the videos that I've watched, where it's literally just like I don't even know it. I don't even know how it plays. I've just seen videos of like it's set to a song, right? And you play it's like a beat 'em up, and every punch and kick and like combo syncs up with the music. It's just baller. It's pretty much just like an AMV, an anime AMV that links, like on beat with every like punch. Excuse me. Oh god. Oh boy. Um it's just great. It just like looks a lot of fun, but I have no idea how it plays. Like I feel like I would be really bad. This feels like the you want to hear something ridiculous? I'm gonna I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off. This is like the Dark Souls of of music games. It's not. This is like Guitar Hero. If Guitar Hero had like was a beat 'em up, maybe. I feel like I'd be terrible at this game. Um, Imagine playing Batman Arkham Asylum, but every time you punch somebody, it lined up with this like the beat of a song. You know, like there's no way that I can explain this unless you see a video. There's just it's just fun. It's just I think to be honest with you, this seems like one of those games where it's probably more fun to watch somebody else play that's really good than for you to play yourself. Again, Guitar Hero. I suck at Guitar Hero, but there's something really cool about watching someone play through the fire and flames like without like with a blindfold and like they're backwards and they're deaf. There's just something that itches the back of my monkey brain when they do that. And I think that this is going to hit that same itch. But I'm probably gonna be awful. I'm gonna be awful. I also don't really know how like the soundtrack works. Some people are saying that like you can add your own music. Um, I don't really know how it works because like it's probably easier on PC and like there's probably gonna be mods and stuff, but like for consoles, I have no idea how you do that. Um, only because like owning physical music nowadays is, yeah. Anyway, I don't really care about that though. If you're on a console, whatever. This just seems fun, and it's also called Dead as Disco, and I love that. And I like anything disco, and just how it looks. It's like very colory and nightlife-y. Um, yeah, this is just baller. I really there's really not much I can say outside of just like I want to watch people play this. I'm trying to think of really fun songs that would be like obviously you can't play like like there's no like Cranberries Linger here. That doesn't really work. Um,
Uh,
like Beat It by Michael Jackson. That'd be probably pretty good.
so the game is coming out only on PC. If you would
Uh,
read the sheet that I made.
I
Um,
don't know how to read.
yeah, you're right. Um, so it's definitely giving like a cyberpunk neon um like music centered vibe. Um, and you can play any song in your music library, edit music videos, and craft your own music synced gameplay spectacle. Um, and it features an original soundtrack that's streamer safe, plus licensed bangers from past and present. And they do have like a streamer safe mode as well, which I think is really cool. And yeah, it's like you're. It looks like you get like kicked out of a band or something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I've gotten kicked out of a band before.
Yeah, it looks like you get kicked out of a band, but the band is coming back for a 10-year reunion. And oh, they think you're dead.
Oh, yeah, that
And
happened to me too.
now you confront them and uncover the secrets of the past to find the truth of who really killed Disco. Oh my god. Um,
Oh,
because your name is Charlie Disco.
my name is Charlie Disco.
I'm fucking dead. But yeah, all the beats or all the hits and stuff sync up to the music, and I think that's like really fucking cool. And I really like the art style and like art direction that they picked for this game because it's so bright and vibrant, and I think that's super fucking neat. Also your character just looks like a badass.
You pretty much just said everything I said except different.
I'm really smart that way. Um, so yeah, I'm interested in seeing how this game turns out. I hope this gets like some sort of recognition somewhere if it turns out to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they just. I hope they make. I hope they make. I hope they make a sad version of this because like this seems like very upbeat and disco. I want them to make like emo music version.
You
You
can
know,
upload your own music, so I
no,
mean if you want to
I I mean tone wise and like I
different
want like
outfits.
yeah, I want like a black and white version, like take Black Parade, that kind of shit, or like I want to beat the fuck out of people to songs that are lower than 80 beats per minute. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
um, Yeah, that's what I want in a sequel out of this. But I love Disco First. It's great, great call.
And
Um,
that looks like a really fun game, and there is a demo out on Steam. If anybody is interested in checking that out. The next game, which unfortunately doesn't involve fun music, is Call of the Elder Gods. It's a narrative puzzle adventure game developed by Out of the Blue Games and published by Koali. It's coming out on PC on May 12th. Um, so this game is technically a successor to or a sequel to Call of the Sea. I haven't played Call of the Sea, but I do have it and I do plan on playing it. But this one looks like it is more so like Lovecraft inspired. Whereas Call of the Sea seems more so like, I don't know, like deep sea, just like sea monster scary. Like giant octopuses, giant fish, giant squids, giant things like that. Now we're hitting the territory of Lovecraftian um, enemies or monsters, and I'm just like, okay, now you got me. But yeah,
yeah, this seems cool. This seems very much. I don't know how to explain it. This like reminds me of something, and I can't think of like something outside of the first game. I just can't think of what it is though. I don't know. Did we talk about Call of Duty forever ago?
that came out in 2020. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it now. It does not really look familiar. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I don't think we definitely didn't talk about it. But this doesn't even like look familiar to me on my own time. So like, this is maybe I'm just hallucinating. But this seems kind of cool.
I've seen I've seen Call of the Sea recommended to me because I've been playing a lot more puzzle games recently. Um, so Call of the Sea has definitely been one that was on my wish list that I've been sort of scoping out. And I did pick it up because I think it was on sale for like $5 or something like that. Um, and I was like, okay, like let me grab this. This looks really cool. Um, and I honestly came to Call of the Sea because I saw Call of the Elder Gods, and I'm like, okay, let me play the one and figure out what the hype is about before I go ahead and get into this one. Um, but yeah, oh my god, I like when people infuse Lovecraft into things. I don't like Lovecraft, but I like the monsters and the stories. Um, which is why, oh my god, forever and a century ago, I reviewed I reviewed a Lovecraft inspired game on my PlayStation. And I remember telling, I forget who it was, but I was like, listen, I know we got a code for this game, but this game sucks. And I want to say I was playing that on my PS4, but it was like Lovecraft inspired.
I'm trying to think of what it was. Do you remember? Wait, do you remember what game it was?
I'm looking at, oh wait, The Sinking City.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's the. Is that like the It was like an over the shoulder, like third person,
Yeah, and
like detective dude.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like you're this private detective and he has to like solve these like mysteries, and I really really liked it because it was basically like Nancy Drew but Lovecraft. You go around solving these mysteries for people. You have some fighting sequences, but it's not really about that. It's more so like solving the mysteries. And I had it for PS4, and I remember that it was just buggy and broken. And I couldn't even, like, I was being told, like, you gotta finish the game. And I was like, I can't finish this game. There's no way I'm gonna get through this game because it's just so bad and so broken. They've come out to release a sequel. I have not played the sequel. I do not plan on playing the sequel. Um, so yeah.
But you would play this though.
Yes, I would play this. They're definitely two different games. Um, they are inspired. The only like instance that's the same is that they're both inspired by Lovecraft. But Call of the Elder Gods is more of just a straightforward puzzle game, whereas the other one is more so like sort of like a mystery with some like actual action to it. And if I wanted something that was just chill and relax and solving puzzles, then I'm going to play Call of the Elder Gods. If I wanted something a bit more in depth, then I would go to the Sinking City. Not that I would actually play it because why the fuck are you broken? But I digress.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the game when it released had a GameSpot gave it a 3 out of 10. Destructoid gave it an 8.5 out of 10. That's generous. Game Informer gave it a 7.5. Metacritic listed it as a 71 on PC, 64 on PS4. I would say that's right. They noted combat was slow, frustrating, and multiple technical issues such as overly long load times and screen tearing, which is the exact issues that I had. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, do you have anything to say about Call of the Elder Gods?
Not really. I'm not really personally particularly interested in it, but I mean, if the first game did well enough for it to get a sequel, then I'm sure that it'll probably hit its like niche market, especially because it's Lovecraft inspired. I feel like there's always diehard fans of that. That'll probably that have picked up everything. Like especially if people have played Sinking City, I'm sure that they want something to sink their teeth into that is Lovecraft inspired. I don't know. Well, I'm a fan of Lovecraft, and like every now and then I like to get some new piece of media and see how it's reinterpreted or whatever. But like I think the puzzles are kind of fun too. I think it adds a different layer to it. I feel like I'm not sure how many other Lovecraftian games are specifically like puzzle focused. Um, so this is kind of neat, but I don't know if I would particularly pick it up and play it myself though.
Like I said, I love a good puzzle game. So like I'm gonna check out how Call of the Sea did, and then if I like that one, I think I'm going to pick up this one as well to check it out. But the last game of the night that we are going to talk about is probably our most excited game of this podcast. We are talking about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. It's an action adventure game developed by Traveler's Tales slash TT Games and published by Warner Brother Games. It's coming out on Switch 2, PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on the 22nd. Um,
Um, I I've never played any of the Lego Batman games before. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not a real gamer. I think this looks kind of fun though. I feel like this is I don't know, I want to say that this is probably like I know that they took a different approach to the Star Wars Lego Star Wars games. Um and I wonder like it seems like they've done something similar here. Oh, it's like a Heath Ledger Joker. Oh, that's great. Um Yeah, this seems like it's different. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm watching a reveal trailer. I'm not quite sure gameplay wise how different it is, but this I don't know. Watching a bit of it seems it reminds me a bit more of the Batman Arkham Asylum games that we were talking about before, more than like a traditional Lego game. My brother played these like Lego Batman games when we were younger, but I never. I was more in playing like the original Lego Star Wars games, um, and then yeah, but I don't think this. I don't know. This doesn't. I would have to watch more gameplay of it, but this seems to be like it's um, similar to the similar to the old, similar to the newer Lego Star Wars games. How they've kind of like revamped the entire system. Um, so I wonder if that's the same here too.
I'm reading like the extra suits, or like because you can get the different Batman suits, and it says Golden Age Batman suit, extra pointy ears.
Oh, I love that.
Um, the Lego movies, not Lego movies, the Lego games always seem fun and quirky. I've never really played one just because they don't have an IP that I would be like, oh my god, I have to play that. I would say that the only one that I'd be like actually interested in trying is like the old Harry Potter Lego games. But I don't care enough to go backwards in time. But this looks fun, and I feel like a lot of people really like Lego Batman because the character in and of itself is so unserious, like so serious but so unserious at the same fucking time. And I just think that's fun because it adds like a new spin on Batman to where like he takes himself seriously, but he also knows how to like make a good joke. And I like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like I want to say that between like in out of all the Lego games, I'm just purely speculating here. I think between out of all of the Lego games, it's definitely Lego Star Wars because Lego Star Wars kicked it off. But I think it's Lego Star Wars, and then being the bigger IP, and then it has to be followed by the Batman because they made a lot of Lego Batman games. Like eventually over time, they started making a lot of like Lego Marvel games, but I don't know how much those like sold well enough to like revamp the series. Um, so I don't know. I think that like the people that either did that used to play the Lego Batman games, the older ones, or if they're like older now and they might have kids, for example. I think that actually, I don't, would they like? Okay, so I'm saying that, but I'm like, my little brother played them. My little brother is not the age to have kids. And if he did have kids, they'd be like very young. So it's like, I don't. Part of me is like, I wonder who exactly this is for. I mean, I know it's for you know uh, a wider range. I don't want to say this is a kids game because it's not. It's not a game for kids. Like it's just not. Kids can play it definitely for sure. But I think it's really just for all ages. I'm not sure if there's like a specific demographic that this is trying to hit. But yeah, I mean, I think this. I can't say anything bad about this. I think this is it's probably fine. And I feel like it's probably going to do relatively well too. Unless the game straight up sucks, right? Because like I think that the Lego games took a really big gamble when they moved from like their very classic tried and true formula to that like newer, especially with like this. I think I forget exactly what it was called, but it came out like a couple years ago. Like the newer Lego Star Wars that had like all 9 movies. I really wanted to play it, but like at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know, I couldn't really justify um, spending like money on a game that I probably wasn't gonna play a lot of. But yeah, but people like generally really liked that new version, and I think it kind of was a gamble to switch up the formula because a lot of people played these games as kids. So when you switch something like that up, it's again, people might get upset. But I think in this case, if it was well received for the Star Wars games, I'm hoping that it'll be well received for this new Batman game too. So hopefully this does well. Both like as a Batman IP and as a Lego IP. Because yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been a while since they've come out with like a Lego game, so I think that this is probably like what they've been putting everything into lately since the last Star Wars game. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So, let's see. In 2023, they did Lego 2K Drive. In 2025, they released Lego Party. Lots of fun. Love that game. And Lego Voyagers. That one's okay. Oh, that's a two-player game. 2024, they did Lego Hill Climb Adventures for mobile and Lego Horizon Adventures, which I didn't even actually know came out, based on the Horizon Zero Dawn game. So they have a lot. Like they have their own games that they put out. It seems like once every year or so, but their IPs have worked with Harry Potter. They've been working with Lego, or not Lego, Star Wars since 2005. They did Indiana Jones. They've done Batman. They did Rock Band. They did Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, Marvel superheroes. They did one for their own movie. They did The Hobbit, Jurassic Park, Lego Dimensions, which looks like that's like some sort of portal. So it looks like it's like all the franchises. So yeah, Ninjagos, Incredibles, DC Supervillains. Yeah, they've done Fortnite. There's Lego Fortnite, which honestly is a lot of fun. The controls are a bit tricky, I will say. Um, but it is a lot of fun. And every time we go into Fortnite, we end up playing it. I think I have Epic does their free games, and I'm pretty sure I have one of the Lego games for free. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Oh yeah, Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Right? Yes, that was the yeah.
Yeah, I got that whole entire thing for free. Haven't played it though. But yeah, I think this is cute. Honestly, I feel like these Lego games are for everybody. Like if you like that IP, then you're going and you like Legos, you're going to like this. And it's not a relatively hard game. Like I would say that kids in middle school could play this. Like it's not relatively hard. Batman isn't, at least in the Lego universe, he's not an asshole. He's kind of funny. Um so I feel like anybody can play this if that's what you're into. And I personally, I think they're cute. They just don't have an IP that I want to play. Oh, and
Yeah,
it does say that it takes heavy inspiration from Batman Arkham.
yeah. You know what? I really there was a moment there. I think it was like watching. There's like a clip, at least in the official trailer that we linked in the document. Like the combat really quick. It did remind me of the Arkham series. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. familiar, nice.
I am curious to see if we'll get another Batman game, especially from Rocksteady, who did Batman Arkham Knight.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Man, I haven't thought about those in forever.
I I liked Arkham Knight. Like I really did. I didn't play it, but I watched it. And I was like, "Oh, okay, like this is really cool." And I would say that's the only like real time that I was like, "Oh, like maybe I should give this game a try." Um because I like the direction that Rocksteady put it in because that was dark. That was deep, that was dark, that was different. Um and I'm not big into like the heroes, DC or Marvel to be honest. So for this to get me to go, maybe I should play that. Like, that's a big thing. So I'm curious to see what they put out. The last game that they put out was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and that got mixed reviews.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have to play a. I don't know if I can play a superhero game for a while.
Somebody on Reddit almost a year ago said that Rocksteady is working on a new Batman game, so maybe we'll get one. If if that is true, I will say that they will probably do a teaser either this summer at the end of the year, because those are when the two big teasers happen, and it'll come out either next year or the year after. My question is how many Batman games
Does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? We'll never
exactly?
know.
Because like the Lego ones, truthfully, I'm not counting those ones because honestly, they're cutesy, they're fun, they're here to just be entertainment. But like the adult ones, that's when I'm like, what are you doing? Like, have we run out of source material yet? Batman's doing the same shit in every single fucking video game. Like, give me something new for once. Like, holy shit. Like, do the absolute Batman or like the something. I just need something different. And that's my biggest gripe with superheroes, I would say. Especially when it comes to the movies and the video games. It's like how many times do you keep just rehashing the same shit? Like I don't want Robert Pattinson as my fucking Batman.
You don't?
No, fuck him.
Wow. Wow. Hashtag not my Batman, huh?
Yeah, that's because he's my Edward.
Wow. He can be both.
No, actually he's my Cedric Diggory, and that's where he's
Oh my.
staying.
He's my Dedrick Diggory.
Listen,
Because he
I
dies. Whoops. Spoiler for a 20-year-old series.
it's actually 25 years old.
Oh god, that's even worse.
I
25 years of mediocrity. Great.
I love Harry Potter Goblet of Fire is my favorite Harry Potter movie, and
Oh my
one
god.
of those is because of him.
Oh my god. He's I my whole day was ruined.
You know what? I regret nothing.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't live with any regrets.
Good. Uh, we're gonna wrap up this podcast because we've been here for about an hour and a half. Um, so you have any final thoughts to say?
Sometimes I look at the night sky and I wonder if we're all really looking at the same stars.
Oh Jesus.
I kind of
Brennan.
want one. I kind of want one to come down and just explode the planet. you know.
Brennan's having an existential crisis. I will say, go play Saros. Raul Coley is a great man to just watch and listen to. And we will hopefully have a full house the next time that you come back. So I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and we will catch you back here next time. Goodbye.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it because they never say it back. So what's the point?
They love you, Brennan.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
You're
they
just
do.
saying that. You just
Okay, then I love you, Brennan, as a
no.
bestie.
Get the fuck out of here. Quit lying. It's a sin to tell a lie.
uh, that doesn't stop you from lying every damn day.
You're right. I
Exactly.
a little thingy underneath. It's like a footrest. It's like a little footrest thing, and it's like, oh wait, I have to move my feet to move my legs. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have to. It's fine. Um, Horn. Okay, so this isn't the first headrest thingy that I bought. So the second one, instead of returning it because it was only like $10, and I'm like, I don't feel like walking all the way to Kohl's. I don't feel like walking 30 minutes to Kohl's just to return a $10 thing. Doesn't make any sense. So what I did was
Okay.
I attached it. I attached it to this. I attached it to the footrest thing. So now I have a pillow for my foot. Now I have a pillow for my footrest. So now it makes jorking it even like 1,000 times better. So now it's like just straight up jorking it to the and then when it and then and then when you recline it or not recline, fuck you, when you put it back, it like flips under and then just goes whoop. So now it's like it's great.
Could you
This is one. This is
maybe
wonderful.
like combine those two pillows for your head?
No, no, no. Well, the problem is that this pillow was too like Goldilocks. It was like too small, and this one
Oh.
almost like too big, right? Not
Mhm.
too big, but like it's not too big because that makes it sound like I'm complaining about it. It's like I'm not, but I need the just right. But I can make this one just right if I oh shit my face.
If you
If I
cut off
just
your
like
head.
if I like angle if I like put it somewhere and figure it out, like that or like this or whatever. I just gotta figure out. That's basically what I was complaining about 5 minutes ago. It was like me just trying to figure out how to jork it later. You know what I mean? So then we just this back here, and then that's what I've been doing lately. This is my life now. So
Trying to find the right angle to jork it.
yeah, pretty much. And then also fiddling around with pillows and footrests and new cuck chairs. Um, it's funny. In my I have a spare bedroom, and that's where all like my workout shit is. And then my old office chair, I threw it in that room, like in the corner, and everyone that comes over is like, "What is that? Your cuck chair?" And I'm like, "Yes, absolutely." So now I put my old armchair, this one, this one's also in the cuck room. So now I have two cuck chairs, which it almost like doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you would need more than one cuck chair. It's like it's you only get one cuck, right? There's only one cuck, unless they just keep cucking each other and they just take turns in the chairs. I don't know. I don't know how it works. No one's come over yet to see the new cuck chair, the new additional cuck chair, because now I have two, and I don't know. Eventually, I think I'm gonna have a third. This one might be the new third one in like 5 years when I get another um
You
you know
just keep this room and then eventually it's just the cuck chair room.
It's just gonna be a room full of chairs, yeah, just like various office chairs, which is hilarious. It's gonna be like a dumbbells, a bench, and fucking office chairs, like six of them, and that's my life lately. It's just yeah. Um, I got a bookshelf too. I have to put that together later. It's gonna
You
be fun.
should make a YouTube channel where you test out chairs specifically for cooking.
No, that's not YouTube. That's called Pornhub.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right. That's the second time someone's told me that I'm right today, and I'm just living off of that high. That was great.
I take back everything I've said.
Hmm. You should. It goes right to my head. And I don't mean my brain.
Where is Mike when I need him?
Well, okay, so it's like because Mike's not here, I have to double down on the weird gay shit, right? So
This is still a normal Monday.
no, it's not. It's another manic Monday. Just another manic Monday.